Hello, welcome to the Juniper Veil. Today we'll be doing a solar eclipse reading. I will be using Casey Affleck as the little test subject, my celebrity test subject. His birthday is August 12th, and that is also the day of the total solar eclipse. This eclipse you'll mainly see in Europe. And then a solar eclipse always happens when there's a new moon, right? Because you have to have that new moon to cover the sun. So what's interesting about this spread is that the eclipses, they unite the conscious and the unconscious minds. The moon is there, the sun is there, right? They're both there. So there's like a rebalancing act that must happen. Again, I'm getting this spread from labyrinthos.co. So I will have that link in the description. And I'll be using the Celestial Tarot deck. So let's get started. I think what's great about this spread is that it's going to be basically showing you what is there for you consciously, which is the sun, what's there for you unconsciously, which is the moon, what you can leave behind, and what you can move towards. So I think it's probably a pretty fun spread to do. And the solar eclipse is supposed to be big energy, right? So as solar eclipse is a great time to really look at your unconscious, your conscious, see what you need to let go of, and see what you need to have a bit more of and move to. All right, let me put that out the way. So the first card is the Self. So this is for Casey Affleck, right? The Self, I got the Star. Interesting. The Moon is the unconscious. So for him, the Moon I got is the Nine of Cups. I'm going to have to put these kind of on top of each other so that they will fit. And don't forget, this is for entertainment purposes only. Third card is the Sun, and that is the conscious. Fourth card is what you can leave behind. Queen of Cups. And the fifth card is what you can begin. Ace of Pentacles. It's good for a beginning. And the sixth card is the way forward. And we got the Queen of Swords. All right. So the Star card is the Self. So for Casey Affleck, what is his current situation? What does he have to address with the solar eclipse? Where along the cosmic balance is he lying? So the Star card is an interesting card, right? He is a celebrity. I don't know if he has anything new specific coming out, but I think this card is saying that this cosmic balance, how is he doing there? Star card, I think, is a great card for the cosmic balance. The Star card is about hope, renewal, energy. Look how beautiful the color here is for this card. It's kind of dark. I need a little bit more light above, but it has beautiful, beautiful colors on this card. This is a very good card for him to have. I think it's saying that he's in a really good place right now. I do know that unfortunately, the Afflecks, their mom passed away recently, which is very sad. Very sorry to hear that. But right now, I think he's in a good spot. I would imagine he's probably looking at things a little bit differently because of that. I mean, it would make sense. So what would he have to address from the Star card? It could be something literal like his career, because he is a celebrity. He is an actor. It could be saying, focus on what gives you hope. Focus on what gives you that renewal and energy. What do you love to do, basically? Now, the Moon, the unconscious card, is the Nine of Cups. This is saying, what is the emotional and unconscious source of his situation? Nine of Cups. Cups are about that intuition, right? They are about relationships. The Nine of Cups is a very good card to have. You're nearing completion of something. Nine in tarot is not exactly completion, but you're coming to an end of something. Um, to have in the Rider Waite tarot deck, you would normally see a man sitting with all of these cups behind him. He has his arms crossed. He's like a wealthy merchant. So this card is saying, unconsciously, I think that he's feeling fulfilled unconsciously, which is good. And that I think that has to do with um, relationships, whether it's friend, family, love interests. He has a good connection to people, which is very nice for him. So I think that's really good. For his conscious, which would be the sun in his place, he gets this Seven of Pentacles. So this talks about what are the logical and practical issues of his situation. What must he address? So the Seven of Pentacles is usually the person, I believe, who is waiting for their ship to come in the sense that they've done a lot of work, right? They've done a lot of work to create those pentacles, which could be your career. It could be finances, could also be good health. Um, and now at this time is when you're waiting for your harvest, right? So I think consciously it's saying he's done what he needs to do and he can take that time to wait for the harvest. Maybe he feels like he has to do this, that, the other thing. He has to be busy. This card is basically saying, you know what, you've done the work. Don't worry. It's your time to wait. And that is okay. You may need to just take some time out. So, what can you leave behind? So, what must he leave behind? We get the Queen of Cups. So, this is interesting because the Queen of Cups could be a person. Doesn't always have to be a woman, could be a man. Kings and queens are leadership, people you look up to. Um, queens are wise. They're not intimidated. This Queen of Cups is looking at that cup and she's admiring it, right? She's admiring her intuition, her relationships. This could also represent his mom. It could represent a female that he loves. I say his mom only because she recently passed, and maybe this deck, it's basically saying it's okay for him to move on. I would, if whenever we lose a parent or a loved one, that is an awful feeling. And it's like when you feel like your life is moving on, it feels like a betrayal. I think these cards are saying it's not. Right. It's not a betrayal. You're just moving on. People live, people die. It's the way of life. Um, I think unconsciously she's always there with him with the Nine of Cups. He doesn't have to worry about letting go of certain things. She'll like always be there for him. What can you begin? So a new path. Where can he start? And I get the Ace of Pentacles. So that's great because aces are new beginnings, right? We have this Ace of Pentacles. It looks like the moon, like almost looks like jewels from the moon are landing on the stone. I think this is saying that, he, as much as he can kind of chill on his work or something he's achieved, now's the time to also kind of look ahead and say, what do I want to do next? Right? Things that he's worked on now, he can kind of just let those develop, right? Maybe he's wrapped on a film and it's in post production. He can let that develop. The Ace of Pentacles is saying, all right, now move on to something new. but it's got to be something that you love, right? The star card is telling him, do not forget to really do something that you love. And then the way forward. So sun and moon, past and future, what can guide him towards growing from the experience? And we get the queen of swords. So we get another queen. We get, it could be a woman in his life, or it could be, I think it's kind of telling him that have those leadership qualities of a queen. Be wise. Don't be intimidated. This will help you grow from any past experience you've had, where he may have questions of, or if we were looking at, because his mother came up to me, if you were looking at the passing of his mother, this is saying, this is what you can do now. This is what you take from this experience. You take that wisdom of your mom. You take the Queen of Swords is also very she knows how to battle, right? But she's doing it behind the scenes. She knows how to make plans. She knows how to make really good battle plans, and she knows how to set things motion behind the scenes. So I think this is just saying, say for example, if it was a little bit more literal, maybe he wants to continue doing films. Maybe this is saying, focus on production, focus on maybe directing. If he's not feeling like being on screen, I'm sure he's done producing in the past. I don't know if he's done directing. But yeah, I think this is, it's just saying what you learned from your mom. Be that wise person, strong. When you step into your new project, just take those qualities with you and you'll do well. So anybody can do this type of reading for themselves for the solar eclipse. I'll have the link in the description. So I hope this was helpful for everybody to see how you would read it for yourself. You could think of a specific situation while you do this to help you work through something if you'd like. I think that's also a very good way of looking at this spread. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Again, if you want me to read on anything specific, please leave a comment. I do new moon readings, full moon readings, now solar eclipse readings. I like to look at mysteries. I'm going to be looking at more mysteries soon. I like looking at missing people. Very interesting. Especially with the Nancy Guthrie case. Look at those videos that I did, because I think I actually kind of did pretty well. But that case is still very interesting, right? There's still something that's not right. Something's not, I don't know, something's going on. But what else do I do? I do sports tarot now, but I did the World Cup. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to move on to next. May more than likely be some Big Ten college football, if you're interested. I don't know. If you have any other interests in sports, please let me know. But of course, I also do political events, current event readings. That's kind of like my bread and butter. Very much enjoy those. So if you have something you want me to read on for that, please let me know. So thank you for watching, and have a great solar eclipse.